And we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. And if you're new here, and this is your very, very first video, welcome. I'm Jay Wells. Old guy, well, sort of old guy. Getting back into music and playing guitar, learning how to play guitar after 22 years. And for all of you returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. We've got stuff to get into, lots of comments tonight. But as we all know, first things first, I got a new setup, all kinds of new stuff. And again, for the new subscribers, thank you for letting me punish your ears for the next year. Won't always be that way, most of the time. All right, so those of you who are following along know that I have been through an epic array of changes with my setup. Still kind of getting a strap. This is a bass guitar strap. I don't have a regular guitar strap, I realized. So I got this thing shortened up. It's kind of working, but first things first. For the new folks here, I'm working on a intro song, and keep in mind, for all of you new people here, these are unscripted, raw, noisy, 90% ear melting. There's a few things that are good in there, but I'm an absolute beginner, and this is my journey getting back into making music again, because it's just good for the soul. So, with that said, the struggle continues. All right, what's going on? Oh, the tuner pedal. Hold on. I pushed a bunch of buttons this morning and turn off. There we go. And that works. Almost forgot, it's day 23 of 365 days of guitar practice. All right, first things first. Also, if you're still hanging out and new here and your ears haven't melted off yet, I go through all the comments and say thank you for all the awesome recommendations, which have been incredibly helpful. Let me turn that on standby. The Boss Katana is here to stay for any of you who maybe missed the video where I was going to send this thing back. All right, so let's get into some comments real quick. Ooh, where are my glasses? Oh, shit. Oh, there they are. Way the fuck over here. All right. All righty. All right, so a whole bunch of comments and some stuff to talk about in the comments. I had some interesting comments and questions, and we'll take a little extra time to, I'm going to take a little, you need to stay put. Oh, I'm plugged in. That's right, my laptop was dying. Okay, so, and I also figured out, so instead of saying at, hold on, God damn it, it moved. Oh, here we go. Like, at Nikki Rock 1962, you actually have a real name. I was like, I know these people have real names, right? And I downloaded YouTube Studio on my phone. Then now I'm getting YouTube notifications and stuff. I can't find it right now, but somewhere, I think, Nikki Rock, your name's John Petrasky, I think, Eli, and then Chewy. And there's people that have names. However, it's not showing up here. I don't know what's going on. So we're just going to go through it the old-fashioned way. So eventually, I'll get to know some of you guys' names and whatnot. So, and some of you who watched, I think, 21, basically, when someone basically was saying that I deleted a comment. Well, the first, at Sean OK1, the comment guy was probably a troll. Love your enthusiasm, man. Well, thanks, brother. And full disclosure, I promptly, after seeing that comment, I went online and said, what is a YouTube troll? I really didn't know what that was. Excuse me. Now I do. So, yeah, thanks for pointing that out. And now I know what trolls are, other than the Harry Potter ones. So there's that. Because that's what I thought. I was like, troll. So good to know on that. At Rocks RXO. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. These are reply. I'm getting confused. Hold on. Oh, here we go. All kinds of people commenting on other people's comments. Okay. Here we go. At Rock RXO. Jay Wills, it's Tap Tempo Guy making another accountability check-in. All right, rock on, brother. That's awesome. Glad to see you grab those Troy Statina books. Yeah, they're really cool. I have to say, I looked at them a little bit this morning, just reading through them. And we'll get into it. They're actually really good books for anyone who's a beginner. I'm not trying to sell his books or anything like that. I just buy stuff. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, I'll try something else, right? The Troy Statina books are recommended. I really like how they get you right into playing songs that are very similar to popular metal songs, but slightly different. Totally agree with that. The audio clips, I haven't got the audio clips yet. Like I said, I literally just started tapping these books this morning. And it's awesome how they give you backing tracks, rock on, quickly closing on a month of practice. I know, it's crazy. It's awesome seeing the progress thus far. Well, thanks, man. I am feeling like I'm making a little bit of progress. It doesn't feel completely torturous every single time now that I'm grabbing a guitar and I'm just like, it's crazy. That technique you stumbled upon, not strumming, is tapping. Yeah, some modern guitarists that use this technique very well are Yvette Young of Covette and Tim Henson of Poly. Yeah, that Tim Henson dude just... It's amazing. Pretty cool. For an extreme example, look at Michelangelo Batio playing his double guitar. Dear God, there's someone doing it on a double guitar? That's crazy. I'm not going to go through the people who replied to his comments. I think that's a different... Anyway, and if I need to, I'll definitely address those comments too. I don't think they're directed completely at me. At DJ-CYR3NT, at Nikki... Oh, hold on. That's another reply. I'm just thank you for being patient and allowing me to work my way through this. Here we go. At DJ-CYR3NT. I really like the advice you're getting in posture. You know, some players end up in physical therapy for years of playing with bad posture, and it can limit your playing. I bet it can. I totally can. I have to keep myself, I do stretching and exercises on, outside of all this, just to keep myself healthy for my day job, which is very physically demanding. If I didn't, I know what it's like not doing it, because I've had 6 orthopedic surgeries in the past, and now I have a whole different outlook on exercise routines and taking care of my body. I've heard that if you feel pain, you should immediately stop and figure that out, because ideally you want to become completely relaxed and find the experience nearly effortless. 100%. And I've been, talk about an absolute mind bender, not just crushing the old fretboard, right? I've been constantly just trying to use as little bit of pressure. Of course, I've, the YouTube videos people have recommended, and also ones I've stumbled across, all talk about using the least amount of pressure you can, keeping the fingers close, and all the ergonomics and all that kind of cool stuff, which has been super helpful. At Roger Tinker 1813, I've been watching since your beginning. I'm watching you. Well, good. Keep watching, brother. This is a fun little journey of mine. Let's see. At Nikki Rock 1962, I think you're John, but we'll just keep it like this. Good to explore different options and try to keep proper posture and rock on with the ammo box. Heck yeah, man. And if you, all you gotta have, man. It takes, I know it's about 7.5 inches if I was to guess on it. Height-wise, so it's perfect for me, because I'm well north of 6'3", so I'm a pretty long, lanky guy. I elevate a foot, and I always have the strap on, basically keeping the guitar at the same place regardless of sitting or standing. And when you see anything that you want to learn on YouTube, you can slow the video down to learn it. I didn't know that. I'll check into that. At Rec Beato usually tells you in his vids, and I've learned a lot from him. I recently stumbled on his stuff. I didn't know you could slow the videos down. Seriously? That's really cool. That'd be super useful, actually. At Gabe Wild, try some chromatic exercises when you're on the couch or watching TV. Chromatics get your fingers moving, and it's boring but effective. It's so funny you say, I'll do the chromatic thing. I haven't learned that or really got into that. But every night when I'm usually waiting for YouTube to upload, or after YouTube uploads, and before I crash out, I'm on the guitar. I am sitting on the couch with Miss Jackson typically, and just going until I'm just my shoulder basically gets too tired, because I'm all kind of weird. I'm on the couch, for Christ's sakes. But I don't care. It's mileage and consistency. That's what's going to get me there. Let's see here. Is there something I'm missing? I thought Eli gave me a comment that I wanted to make sure to respond to, but I'm missing Again, there's so many comments, and I thank you guys so much for these. Oh, here we go. That's the chromatic. At some guy you don't know. Yeah, good comment the other day about if you can make it through a 10-hour workday, you can certainly push through 30 minutes of guitar playing. Hell yes. That's the drive, brother. I was carping about about how the fingers don't always feel so nimble after those long days, but fuck it, play something that ain't so hard on those days. The main thing is just keep playing. I don't think anyone has ever walked away from a practice session knowing less. Is that just absolute truth right there? Oh, here we go. Eli, what's up, brother? I recommend reading Zen Guitar. Is also Eli, like you said. I'm make sure I'm pronouncing that right. I'm soon to be 19 and have been playing since 15. Oh, you young lad. What I wouldn't give to be back 19 again. Or soon to be. So you're 18, brother. Woo. Man, I have 31 years. Jesus. Man, that struggle's real, fellas, especially for you old guys watching. Man, it's amazing how time flies. Jesus. And I think in high school, I will truncate. Ooh, it's kind of a personal one. And I was 19 and been playing since 15. The whole guitar thing shattered reality. And fitting in, not high school, definitely helped me in the drive to somehow to play the more theater after passing the test I needed to take in order to get above 80% GPA to pass my EMT class. Well, good for you, man. EMT, that's it. That falls into those categories of police officers, firefighters, EMT. They're like the structural glue of public servants that hold everything together, in addition to our doctors and our nurses and folks that take care of all of us doing our daily thing. And so I respect the shit out of anyone going into those fields because they take care of all of us if shit happens. And it's intense. EMT class, while my life was biblically impossible and insane. Yeah, man, life ebbs and flows, doesn't it? But the main thing is just stay strong, show up, and everything works itself out. Last, I want to say thank you for delivering this journey. You're a bright candle shining in the bit. Thanks, brother. That's a very kind thing to say. I appreciate you greatly for that. That's awesome, brother. All right. And also, I don't want to leave one out. At Eli asked, and do you have any goals that you want to get accomplished within the span of a year? Like performing live, perhaps? So it's funny you asked that question because my ultimate goal with this, I'll put the glasses back on. My ultimate goal with this is to make music, write music. We'll get into some of the effects and my theories on pedals and traditional learning methods here in a bit because, like, after a long day today, we're gonna do a lot of jamming tonight. I'm not gonna do any chord work, and we're just gonna jam because I feel like jamming. And jamming makes me get closer to making music that's in my soul that needs to come out. And so my main objective with all of this is to be able, at the end of this year, to be able to play guitar well enough to write this music that's in my soul and get it out. Because, I guess some people call it kind of like a therapy, but sometimes I believe I was meant to be a musician, and so did the rest of half my family and people back home. But life changed. I met a girl, all that kind of bullshit, and things happen, right? No excuses, but I'm at where I'm at, and my movie's about half over. I'm 49. And so ultimately, I want to make the best use of the next half of this movie. And my ultimate goal is to hang up my tool belt and swap out my construction truck for, a van, tour bus, something. I know they're big aspirations, but my main objective is writing music again. I used to write music 25, 30 years ago in high school. I would play my sax, write music, and it was one of the most enjoyable times ever in my life. And I want to get back to that, and I will. And that was, and doing these videos and how this is all changing. So, performing live, probably after I have a full CD of songs, CD now, and then, or Spotify, that's been my other, I have my radar pointed at Spotify or some music platform, because in a year's time, I believe I can have at least 4 or 5 completed songs. I don't have any aspiration to be a guitar virtuoso. I think I'm way past that time, the brain and lots of things, but what I'm not past is the ability to make music and write songs, and that's what I want to be. So thank you for asking that question. No, it got a bit personal, but that's, to answer that, that's it. At Chewy4541, I'm glad you tried out the new position. I forgot to mention that you don't actually need to use the footrest either. Because I don't have one. You can make anything a footrest position. This, my friend, is an ammo can. So a yoga block, a block of wood. I mean, heavens, I could make one if you were close. I could just come out to my shop and I could throw something together in about 5 minutes in my shop. But you do run into the same slipping issue you did with the original position where the guitar starts to slide off. A strap could be really helpful. It has been a little bit. I got to get a different strap. These are huge bass guitar straps. Maybe give that way a try just for fun. Maybe you'll prefer it. A lot of people say the classical position, oh, hold on, read more, is actually helpful for learning to play stand-up, which makes sense. It's not far from how the guitar rests while standing, but I have to let you be the judge of that. I meant to put in the last comment, but I didn't want the comments to drag on. Kind of how this one is. It's all good. This is why we're all here, right? This is a community that's building of guitar-loving souls. I love it. I absolutely love it. Also, my name is pronounced Chewy. It's cool. You said it right a couple of videos. Keep it up. Thanks, brother. I always want to make sure I get people's names right. I mean, I have the most simplest name on the planet. J-A-Y. At Machi Kai 3, doing great, man. Love it. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Jerry B2921, keep rocking. Love watching the progress. Awesome. It's going to continue in that direction. Oh, hey, what's up, Tuxedo? I got a cat bombing the video. At SickNardy9457, you have a name as well that popped up. I can't remember what that was. I think it's Nick, maybe? Anyway, still here enjoying your journey. The gadgets added a lot for me as a listener this episode. Sounded great, and you looked like you were having fun with it. I absolutely was. Let's talk about that for a bit. So I have decided, and that's what we're going to do a little different direction tonight. This morning, after yesterday's just jamming around, I left everything the same. I jammed out with all the effects last night on the couch. I pretty much left all the effects on, the delay, the echo, and all that kind of stuff. I love that, hands down. And I know that there are traditionalists out there that are going to be like, you shouldn't use it, it should be clean and all that kind of stuff. Here's my thinking of this. So a lot of the great guitar players and the songs and everything, right? They're all in distortion, echo, chorus. There's a whole array that makes those songs by all those awesome musicians awesome. They're great players too. But those songs that are on the radio that we bob our heads to and we jam to, if you were to take all those effects away, it wouldn't be the same song. It wouldn't sound the same. It would be unplugged. And there's nothing wrong with unplugged. I'm at a stage in my life, I want to do what's fun, that keeps me doing this every day, and that is just literally, no pun intended, music to my ears. So thank you for that comment. We're going to be playing around with the Rat Pack tomorrow, not tonight because I don't have it hooked up and I need to put power to it. And the Deluxe Memory Man. I'm pretty much going to be using effects and fiddle-diddling with these for the remainder, unless I have a hair on my ass and I'm going to do an acoustic unplug, which the acoustic will come out at some point. But right now I'm having too much fun. This Boss Katana, for those of you who don't know, go check that amp out. I'm not sponsored by anyone or anything like that. It's a badass amp once you figure out how to use it. The effects and all the stuff on it are just badass. So thank you for that. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more of that simply because it's fun, it's enjoyable, and trust me, 90% of this hurts my ears too. I'm in front of a double 12 right here. Y'all are just having it through whatever you're listening to. So trust me, the times when it's just brutally murderous on the ears, I'm right in front of the speaker. I get it. And it's less murderous when you have effects. And it sounds cool as shit. And I want my songs that I write to sound cool as shit so other people will listen to them. And maybe who knows where that goes. So, all right, got one more comment at iRock5150. Found some old books to practice. There you go. You know what? Share which ones you have. I'm curious to see what books you've got laying around. Mine were from I'm not this old, but they were a 1968 publication. So anyway, make sure I didn't leave anyone out. We're good. All right, so it is jam time. I don't need to have you plugged in because I'm not worried about you dying. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna jam. It's been one of those days, you know? And it's, who knows what it's gonna sound like. I'm gonna drop this thing down in D almost immediately. Pull my little thing over. Turn on the drum machine. AKA my metronome. The dude who put that comment in there about the metronome, his ears are probably melting. He's like, God damn it, you're not supposed to be using a drum machine. However, I will steal a quote from inside of Troy Statina's book. It doesn't matter. Everything's cool, or something. I'm paraphrasing that, but this is the cool part about this book is everything in here don't get too hung up on all the details. Just play. If it sounds cool, rock on. And I'm like, my kind of guy. So, not that the other guy's not my kind of guy either, but just a little bit different path. All right, and we're not gonna go 0.5 watts. We're gonna go half. Drop it down. I'm also not warmed up, and so this is going to be a warm-up and just jam session. It's going to just fiddle-diddle around. Eli, the dime squeals on the 7th string. I looked into that. I can't do it yet, at least not intentionally. However, another video I watched had something. Oh man, I'm gonna fiddle around and see if we can get the squeal. Because you basically, what I learned is that you strum it. No. Nope. Oh, man. It's gonna be brutal. But man, it's. Because part of it is you have to pick it, and then you have to tap the string. And I don't have, works way better if you're a super amateur on Miss Jackson. But that's not what that is, but I'm gonna keep in that rabbit hole because that was really cool. So. That is, that's just cool as shit. That was a long time, but man, that's cool. I don't know what that effect is, but that's cool as shit. Okay, what else does this thing do? Y'all hear that? I hope that's coming through. I hope that's coming through the camera. Man, I hope I make sure everything's still cool. We're still recording. Yeah, we're good. I don't know what that is, but oh fuck yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. That's how it ought to be. Just fun, gives you little goosebumps, makes you smile after a shitty ass day. Sometimes we just have those days where fuck the lessons, fuck the books, just want to jam. That's all there is to it. I like that. That's just cool as shit. Let's press another button. What happens with that one? Ooh, not much. Well. Oh, you know. Also, for those of you who are still listening, and if you're interested in the Tele FMTHH, I totally had forgotten. I mean, I looked this up when I actually bought the guitar. However, this is like, it has a dual function. You can, these humbuckers are awesome, by the way, but you can pull this up. I totally forgot about that. And it changes how it sounds. Actually, here, hold on. Let me play something that's like, you know. Okay, so check this out. Just pull the button up. Boop. Check this out. Very cool. And then, I'll give you another little example. Huge difference. It just opens up. It kind of like makes you have like two guitars, which is like really cool. And if you go in the very top, which is, because this has a 59, these are Seymour Duncans. This is a 59 something, and this is a Pearly Gates, I think. Anyway, in the double humbucking, but they go to single coil mode somehow. Anyway, check this out. So this is the up top, or I guess neck pickup. Check this out. Boop. One little pop of the knob. Pop of the knob. Who knew? All right. Boop. It's gonna be default position. However, I want to see and test what our little guitar here and our little amp together puts out if I go. This has a solo thing on the front of it. So right now it's on crunch setting. What if I go? That was the gain knob cranked. Gotta love that shit. Well, what about a little reverb? What's the reverb do? I'm always curious about it. Now I like flipping it back and forth. That's cool. It's not like, not like making me like totally go crazy. Let's see. Resonance. What does resonance do? A little something. Ooh, that's a little deeper. Nope. I like that. I definitely dig that. Now let's make that like super gnarly. Let's see, what does that do? Ooh, that might do the squeals. Let's try that. Oh, you hear that echo? Oh, let's turn that shit on. Hold on. I don't know what booster is gonna do. We're gonna do something with booster. Let's go with that. Cover your ears, boys and girls. Damn, that is wicked cool. How is that not just? I know it sounds like, but man, that is cool as hell. Yes. Effects, here to stay. Playing with that all the time, because that is mad fun. Mad fun. All right, where are we at? Oh, we're 34 minutes. We got our 30 minutes in. And if all of you are still watching, thank you, you wonderful guitar-loving souls. Let's put you on a stand. Day 23 in the books of 365 Days of Guitar. Heck yeah, we'll put that on standby because while YouTube's happening, and I think that's about all. Peace. See you tomorrow.